Good afternoon, everybody. This is Peter Ellen from Ace's Deal Sublimation Central. It is Sunday, February 17th, 2:34 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm talking to you on this recorded tutorial from Long Island, New York. It's 50 degrees outside. It's a beautiful day, and I'm in the office here wanting to show you how to take an image, split it into 5 pieces, because one of the items that we just added to our website is the 5-piece hardboard high gloss panel set, which is also available in high gloss aluminum. Okay. And I should correct myself. They are available, the hardboard in 5-piece. The aluminum comes in 3 or 5-piece. So if you do purchase the 3-piece aluminum hardboard aluminum set, you'll be able to do the same thing just by following my tutorial, but instead of making 5 pieces, you'll be making 3 pieces. All right. To give you a little bit of a background, I am working on the Mac, a desktop Mac. I've been on Mac for 6 years, but with Affinity Designer, which is available for you guys who have it downloaded on Windows. Same thing. You can do the same thing, but I'm on a Mac and I'm using Affinity Designer. There are some of you out there, many of you out there, that are using Corel or Photoshop. You can basically do the same thing. I haven't been on Photoshop or Corel for about 6 years now. So what I'm doing here on Affinity Designer, I apologize. You're going to have to figure out how to do it on the Corel or Photoshop, but I know it can be done. So let's get started. All right. You launch Affinity Designer. I want you to get to your black screen. This is your workspace. This is your workspace. Over here is your color wheel, all right, your opacity. Here's all your tools on the left-hand side. So you're going to see me moving my mouse a lot so I can, show you and amplify, the area that I'm in. The first thing we want to do when creating a 5-panel photo collage for your 5-panel set is we want to create a workspace, okay? So we are going to go to the word File, click New, all right? Now, keep in mind that the photo panels, let's talk about the 5-piece. There's 5 pieces. They're all 4 inches in, width, okay? But then you have 2 pieces that are 8 inches tall, 2 pieces that are 10 inches tall, the 1 piece in the center, which is 12 inches tall, but again, all 5 of them are 4 inches. So we have to account for the fact that we have to allow for bleed, okay? So if you take, what do you call it? 4 inches times 5 pieces is 20 inches across, all right? We're going to do basically a 4.3 inch wide graphic so you can allow for bleed, all right? So let's just say we're going to make it 22 inches wide, all right? And we're going to make it 15 inches tall, our workspace. That'll just give us the room to, create our collage, okay? Now, one of the things I like to do is when I'm working with an image, I don't care what I'm doing, a collage, the photo panel set, a slate, a tile, whatever, I like to have the image that I'm going to be using on my desktop immediately. Plain and simple. I hate going up to the word File, searching for the image, going through the folders. It just saves a lot of time. What I like about Affinity Designer, take a look at my mouse, is I have the ability to move Affinity Designer by left-clicking in a blank area and moving Affinity back and forth, okay? So let's just move it over a little bit because I always put my image to the far right so it's easy to find right away. All right, I don't leave it in the center on my desktop, so I don't have to go, oh my gosh, where is it? Okay, so let's move the image over, put it anywhere on your desktop, workspace. I'm going to take the image, bring it all the way to the upper left-hand corner. You see the left green line appear, and then the red line on the top lets me know I'm fit perfect. I grab the little blue dot with my mouse, hold it down, stretch it out, and there's the green line. It just appeared. Go to the center, stretch it down. The green and the red line have both appeared, as you can see. I hope you can see them. let it go, click off the picture, and you don't see any white space, your workspace showing on the left side, the right side, the top, or the bottom. And I picked this picture only because it's a beautiful picture. I like it. It's got a lot of color richness and so on. And I just, wanted you guys to, to see this. All right. And I did post it on the wall there. All right. So the first thing we have to do is we have to go up to the top of Affinity Designer right here. You see the magnet tool. That's called a snap tool. All right. Right now it's off. You see the light black? You want to make sure the snap magnet tool, whatever you want to call it, is clicked, and it should come up with a dark black background, okay? There's a little drop-down menu. I'm going to leave this here for a couple of seconds. So if you want to take a picture of it with your phone, but it's being recorded anyway. But these are my settings for this project, okay? Let's close it. All right. So we want to split this image into 5 separate photo panel images. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to go over to our rectangle tool right here. Okay. I'm moving my mouse around. Click on it. You'll see the background, becomes darker. Okay. I now want to take this and just draw out a vertical rectangle. Now, we discussed the width. We said it's 4 inches, but we want to allow for bleed. So I'm going to make this 4.3 inches wide. You can make it 4.4. You can do whatever you want. All right. But I'm just going to do 4.3 as close as I can get. And I'm sorry if it's a little dragged out, but there. Almost. I don't want to be too big. All right. So, oh boy. Sorry about that, folks. My hands are a little shaky this morning. I've had too much coffee. All right. So here it is, 4.3 inches wide. The first panel, the one to the far left and the one to the far right of your photo panel set, is 8 inches. So we want to make it 8.3. So let's go and shrink it back down to 8.3. There it is. All right. Because we were on the square tool, we want to now click on the black arrow move tool at the top of your list there. Bring your mouse back, left click, bring this over and move it up and down until you see the red line appear through the center, going across horizontal, and the green line on the left side of the panel. You now have your first panel. Okay. And to get an idea of what's behind this panel, so you have an idea, because you can move your panels any way you want. All right. Go over here to your opacity tool. Okay. You grab the tool and watch as you slide it to your left, watch your horizontal. You see that? You can get to see what's going to be behind the image. Okay. So now I'm going to teach you a little shortcut here. I want you to go to over here, and you have your image of the tulips. Click on it. All right. We want to duplicate it 4 more times. You want to have a total of 5 images, and I'm going to show you why. All right. Go up to the word edit, click duplicate. There's your second. Go back over to the right. You'll see you now have 2 of those images. All right. Go over, click it again, duplicate, edit, duplicate, edit, duplicate. You now have 5 images here in your right-hand side. Okay. Now, go back over, click on the first rectangle you made. And again, you're going to go up to the word edit, duplicate. The reason we're doing this, we're saving time, is because there's 2 of these panels. You're going to grab it in the center, move it over. Look, there's my red line. I'm already in perfect position. Okay. So you could see the collage taking, effect. All right. Now go over to your rectangle tool, click on it because you have to activate it again. And now we're going to create the second panel of which there's going to be 2 of these. And again, 4 inches in diameter. We want to make it 4.3. okay? The second panel, though, is 10 inches tall. So how tall do we want to make it? We want to go 10.3. Oh, there it is. Go back over to your Move tool. Click your, and look at this. I'm already in the center. I love it. There it is. You position it so you're perfectly in the center. Now, there's two of these panels, so what do we want to do? We want to make sure that the lines are around it. All right, so you just click it just to make sure. Edit, duplicate, grab it, move it over, move it up and down until you see the line appear that you're centered, and there it is. I'm centered, okay? So now you want to go back over to your rectangle tool and create another rectangle, stretch it out, okay? And let's do this. Let's just bring it over to the edge. You'll see the green line. Bring it to the edge. You'll see your green line, okay? And now we want to make this 12.3, all right? So, because this is the center panel, it's the tallest of the 5, and we want to bring it down to 12.3. Okay. Go back over to your Move tool and move your, and there it is. There it is. Okay. Now take your mouse and just click off the screen for a minute, and you'll see that there's a little bit of background image showing, so just stretch it out. You know, do your adjustments, okay? So take a split second. Sorry about that, folks. And boom. All right. So there you have it. Oh, we got one more over here. There. Okay. Now, here comes the really cool part. All right. You're going to go back over to the right-hand side of your screen, as you can see my mouse. All right. You're going to double click on the first image right here on the words. Oops. Click up. Double click. And we're going to call it, let's just call it A. Double click. Call it B. Double click. Call it C. Double click. Call it D. Sorry about that. Okay, call it D, double click, call it E, double click. Okay. Now, what we're going to do with these images, though, is we have to assign them to the panels. All right. So when you go to print it out, it comes out correctly. Take image A. Let's call it Tulip A, whatever you want to call it. Image A. Grab it with your mouse, left click, hold it down, and drag it up and put it into the first rectangle. Repeat the same procedure with all of them, okay? Just move it up, move it up, move it up, and there you go. You have a general idea of what your collage is going to look like, all right? We've got one more step to go here, all right? So click on the first one, okay? And again, you can double click it, call it A. Now, if you notice, A is the center panel. Double click the second image, and you'll see it's the far right, second one in. All right, and let's call that B. Call it, come on, call this C, D, E. Okay, we just now renamed all of the all of the images. Okay, so We now go back to A and we want to export it. So you're going to go up to the word File, click Export. We want to keep it high quality, best quality, whatever the size is remains. But where it says area, whole document, we don't want the whole document. You're going to click it and select selection with background. Export. Again, A, because that's the one you're doing. I always save everything to my desktop. Save. Okay. Now let's go to B. You're going to repeat the same thing for all 5 pieces. Export, JPEG, blah, blah. Selection with background. Export. Call it B, because that's what we're doing. C, File, Export. Selection with background. Export. C, Save. Next one, File, Export, Selection with background, Export, D, Save. Last one, File, Export, Selection with background, Export, E. Okay, so let's minimize Affinity for a second. And what you should see on your desktop, here's the original image, but now I have A, B, C, D, E. Now, they look whatever, like, they're not different size or whatever, but don't worry about that. They are, okay? We just don't see it. Let's relaunch or maximize Affinity Designer. Go up to the word File. We don't want to get rid of this yet in case there's any mistakes. We want to go up to the word File, click on New. All right. Now, let's say, I don't know what you're going to be printing these sections on. It could be 11 by 17, an 8 by 10, whatever. I do 13 by 19. All right. So my width is 13, tab, 19 inches, boom. I just opened up a whole new workspace. Now watch this. Here's the really cool part, okay? We're going to move these up to the top here so it's easier to find, okay? And let's just take image A. I'm going to bring it to my 13 by 19 piece of paper workspace, okay? There's image A. Here's image B. Look, there's that 8 by 10. I'm sorry, 8 by 4. All right. And there's not much room left on this. So let's see if we can get in one more. Grab this tool, rotate it. I bring it like 90 degrees. And there you got it, folks. I have 3 images on a 13 by 19 piece of paper. I go up to File. I go to Print. Gonna move, okay, I change it. I'm working here. This is an Epson Artisan 1430. As you can see, if I do it on 8.5 by 11, it's 4 sheets of paper. So, but I want it to be on my 14. This is my preset that I named. I now pick my paper. Again, the printer you have, it's gonna, you're gonna figure that out yourself. And there's my 13 by 19 piece of paper. When you go to print, make sure that you are printing in reverse, okay? So hopefully this helped you out, guys. What do you call it? If you go to our Facebook group, okay, and what do you call it? You click on photos. I close this for a minute. And you click on the photos section, you'll see what your photo panel is going to look like. Well, it won't be this picture, it'll be your picture, but you'll have an idea. These photo panels can be hung on a wall. I go to Home Depot and I get those packages. They're very thin. It's like a double stick, not a tape. Well, it is, but it's a wall hanging double stick that you stick right onto the back of this and you press it against the wall. And it's just beautiful, when it's up on a wall set up. All right. What do you call it? Here's one. That's the surface of Mars taken by a U.S. spacecraft. There it is up on the wall. Please forgive my ceiling light. All right, that's there. That's not a flying saucer. So, but hopefully this helped you out, guys. The link for the panel sets will be located below in the description. So, any questions, feel free to PM me, email me at peter@acesdeals.net. Call me Monday through Friday from 9 to 6 at 631-730-7228 if you have any questions. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope it taught you something. Have a lot of fun. Enjoy your Sunday, and I shall talk to you soon. Peace out. Peter Ellen, Aces Deals, Sublimation Central.